Ahava blessings. Welcome to this episode of Embodying the Shekhinah. This podcast is here to support us and guide us during these times of accelerating energy in order to embody, integrate, remember our soul essence. I'm your host. My name is Arya. I am an ordained Magdalene priestess, Reiki master, energy, and sound alchemist. And this is the episode where we have a chat over the energies that we're working with for this new year, 2026. It is a 10-year, a 1 year, and it is very powerful energies that we're working with. All of 2025 was the ramping up of the energies of ending a cycle, of conclusion, of preparing yourself for a new beginning, a new baseline, a new timeline shift. And there have been many timeline shifts. The 9-year was all about bringing cycles into completion, about closing, endings, new beginnings, and in a lot of ways, many deaths and rebirths, because where there is a death, there is a rebirth. Energy doesn't die. Energy simply shifts form. And this year, we're going into 2026 with a loose conjunction, but still a conjunction of the Pleiadian star system with the moon. We're coming in with a 10 degrees, the sun at 10 degrees of Capricorn for this January 1st. Happy New Year. We're going to dive into the Kabbalistic perspective of the astrology of this new year, as well as the numerology of this new year. And we are entering 2026 with the energies of the Capricorn lunar cycle, Tevet. These are the energies of the Beit and the Ayin. These are the two Aramaic Hebrew creation frequencies that govern the cycle of Capricorn, Tevet. The Beit is about birthing. It is about duality coming back into unity. It is about transcending duality and birthing creation into manifestation, into the physical realm. Ayin is the energy that is like the cosmic void. It is the infinite emptiness that is full of possibilities, and it is the true sight. It is seeing with the eyes of the soul. So stripping away all of the layers of identity, of ego, of karmas, of patterns, stripping yourself completely bare, and really allowing yourself to embody, to know your frequency, to embody your soul, and to live from that authentic perspective, actually able to discern, to see clearly, to perceive clearly, and to take appropriate action. As the Beit rules created Saturn, and Saturn is the great taskmaster. Saturn wants us to accomplish, to do, to fulfill the mission, to bring in all of the energies of creation that we came here to bring in. So these two frequencies together, they bring in the 72 names of God. They bring in the 72 different frequencies and expressions of the divine into the physical plane. This is what these names of God are. They are different expressions of the divine energy. And 2026 is filled with infinite possibilities, spiritual growth, expansion, divine union. So let's go into the numbers. It is a 10-year. 10 is all about uniting heaven and earth. It is the radiant light body. It contains the vibrations of all of the numbers that came before it. It is a portal. It is a portal to the Garden of Eden. It is a very prosperous number. And when we align with commitment, ahava, because ahava is commitment, discipline, love and service, love in action. It is the commitment to embody the frequency of divine love. When we commit with the soul, that is when we open up these infinite avenues of prosperity, of abundance, of growth, of expansion, of creative expression. It is balance. It is the Malkuta. The Malkuta is the kingdom on earth. It is the earth plane. And the 10 is comprised of the 1 and the 0. And when you break it down, it is ultimately a 1. And the 1 is about co-creation. It is about unity, complete union with Source, with Divine Mother, Father, God, Goddess, Allah. It is the confidence that comes with the knowing that we are one with the Divine, with God, Goddess. It is the soul that remembers that we come from Source. We come from the divine plane. We are one. And for the 1, the 10 is the Malkuta. The 1 is the Heter. The 1 is the crown chakra. And what's interesting, on the Tree of Life template, we have the Heter, the crown chakra, all the way at the top, the Malchut at the bottom of the Tree of Life template. And you cannot have one without the other. This is the beauty of it. And I know that some spiritual circles are all about divorcing, in many ways, the body from spirit. Somehow the physical world, the 3D world, is tainted, and yeah, we don't want nothing to do with it. We're better than that. We're 5D. We're ascension only. And what's interesting, from a Kabbalistic perspective, when you do that, you actually disconnect yourself from Source, from the divine, from your infinite selves. Why? Because there is a reason. There is a cosmic reason for your incarnation and your embodiment in the physical world. And no, it's not a punishment. It's not to expiate karma, although that is part of what we do. However, it is not part of what we do because we are being punished. We expiate karma and course correct because that is the mission that our soul came here to live and experience and transcend. Your soul is infinite and is always one with the divine. And as such, it chose the circumstances to manifest into the physical world in order to experience a set of parameters, a set of experiences, a set of lives, so to speak, in order to expand, to grow, to learn, to contribute to the creation energy of the cosmos. So without the Heter, there is no Malchut. Without the Malchut, there is no Heter. We must get out of the dogmatic religious ideology that makes us believe that we are inherently sinful, that we are inherently wrong and bad and evil and impure and whatever, whatnot. And remember that there are no accidents, there are no coincidences. Your body is a sacred vessel that was chosen for your soul to express its unique brands of gifts that only your specific spark of the divine came here to express through your body. This is the one. The one is that knowing that we are infinitely connected. And the only thing that can disconnect us is our own ego. When we fall prey to the trap of the egoic mind, thinking that something outside of us has power over us, or that we ourselves, as a human being, know everything there is to know about everything, and therefore there is nothing that we can experience that is going to be, a revelation. that moment that we think that, wisdom, Lady Wisdom, Chokhmah, Shekhinah, the divine spark of our soul, she decides, she's like, nah, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna wait over there, because Lady Wisdom brings us revelation, brings us wisdom, brings us courage, brings us the blessings of our soul sparks when we allow ourselves to humbly receive, to open ourselves up to receive the wisdom of the divine realms. And these sparks of wisdom, these sparks of our soul, cannot be integrated if we are in the ego, because the ego is about separation. The ego is about limitation, about keeping us, quote unquote, safe. The ego wants to control the circumstances. The ego actually thinks it's in control. And this is why it's a trap. Because when you think you know everything and you're in control of everything, there will come a point, or several points, where life, the universe, the divine, smacks us around and shows us that nothing is in our control. And at that point, we can either dissolve into complete despair, thinking we're not protected, we're not supported, we're a victim. We can fall into the victim mentality. That is also an ego trap. It's a construct of the ego. Or we can remember who we are, that we are infinite sparks of the divine expressing in this human form, and we are always connected to the divine. And when we remember this relationship, when we fine-tune our alignment and we clear away the muck, we allow ourselves to strengthen this connection. And when we strengthen this connection, we begin birthing and manifesting and creating and bringing into the physical realm the gifts that we actually came here to express. The blessings that we came here to deliver into creation. And there's a sense of sovereignty and liberation that comes with that strengthening of that connection. Humanity is the Kala Messiah, the holy bride. And the beloved is Allaha, God, Goddess, the divine source, whatever you call the creation frequency, it doesn't matter. That energy of creation is the beloved of your soul, of your human self. And when we remember this, we open ourselves up to be the vessels through which the divine expresses itself. The other energy that comes in with this 10-year is the zero. The zero is the void, the cosmic womb, infinite potential. The void is the source from which all energies emerge, from which all energies return. It is infinite, it is absolute ultimate unity. The zero is pre-creation. It is unmanifested totality. It is the infinite, unmanifested, unknowable, divine nothingness, preceding all of creation. Imagine who you would be if you were expressing and connected to this energy of pre-creation. This energy that has always existed. It is eternal. It is ineffable. It is ephemeral. It is undeniable and unquantifiable by the human mind. It is beyond everything. It has no limitations. because it is infinite. This is the energy that we can connect with through our work, through our spiritual purification, through clearing the way. There's a reason why the 9 comes before the 10. The 9 being the completion, endings of cycles. Because in order to begin a different chapter, in order to jump to a different timeline, we must free ourselves of the stuff we are carrying. All of the karmas, the traumas, the stories we've been brought up with, the identities, that all they do is separate ourselves from the divine and from one another. All of that is absolute bollocks. It is bullshit. All it serves to do is continue the separation. And this is what we have been working so hard to transcend and to clear and to evolve beyond, to recognize that duality does serve a purpose. There is a purpose to the ego mind. It is to keep you safe until you are at the level where you can evolve and express beyond the ego and allow the ego to take its rightful place as beholden in many ways. I'm trying to think of the right word. As serving the soul. When your soul is leading you, that is when the ego expresses its characteristics in the best way possible. When it is actually performing the task and the service that it is here to perform, which is to support the soul in the embodiment of more of your light, more of your gifts, more of the blessings and the manifestations that you came here to deliver. Every single one of us came here to deliver gifts, to express the gifts of the divine through our own personal frequencies. And all of that serves to enhance creation. We have the 2026 as well. So we have 2 2s in 2026, and the 2 is about receptivity. It is about creating the space for connection, the longing to belong, the longing for union. It is devotion. It is an invitation to incarnate and embody the divine feminine presence. It is that sacred relationship with Divine Mother Father. It is connected to the water and wisdom, which is the chokhmah, the healing energy of water, the healing energy of creation. Life cannot exist without water. Water holds wisdom and memories. Water is so powerful that it is very important to bless your water. But there is a Japanese scientist that he froze water and he directed energy to water. And one bottle of water he would direct anger or hatred or animosity or discord into that bottle of water, and then would freeze it. And into other bottles of water, into other little slivers of water, he would speak loving words, love, peace, patience, grace, union. And the molecules of the water, when frozen, displayed either the discord and the disharmony of the words of negativity or absolute perfect beauty in the words of love and harmony and grace. And this is very deep because this is what we feed our own bodies. When we ourselves, your body is made up mostly of water, 70%, up to 90% in the brain, etc. Your body is made of water. When we constantly expose ourselves to negative frequencies, to anger, to violence, to discord, to animosity, to hatred, to envy, to greed, to lust. When we expose ourselves and continue speaking these lower vibrational energies into our own physical body, every cell in your body begins to express that disharmony. However, when you relearn how to nurture yourself, how to love yourself, how to care for yourself, when you train your mind to not seek the worst case scenario, but instead seek the highest possibility that probably doesn't exist in this moment, but you're still calling that highest possibility in through love, through gratitude, through patience, through grace, letting go of the fear, letting go of the anger and the resentment that we hold in our body. That is when your body begins to vibrate and express health and wisdom and well-being and abundance, etc. That is when your body begins to express its fullest potential, when you are receptive to the higher wisdom that wishes to express through you. We also have the number 6 in 2026, which is about harmony, cosmic beauty, love, pure, absolute, unconditional love. It is healing the family lineage. It is the heart chakra, the Tiferet. And it is about our spiritual practice connected to Mother Mary. And the 6 is about awakening our own ability to heal. And every single one of us has the ability to heal ourselves. Now, we may have blind spots, and this is where other healers can come into play and help us, because every single one of us has a blind spot. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. And the more that we do the inner work to heal ourselves, the more that we awaken this power to heal, the more that we actually awaken our auric field, and we begin to attract people who can help and support us. And we also begin to awaken the same healing frequency in other people. We begin to entrain our frequency to health, to well-being, to abundance, to prosperity, to patience, to beauty, to grace. And then our energy, the more we solidify that field, when it comes into contact with others, it begins to entrain that loving frequency into other people who are willing and receptive to the energy of growth, of expansion, of creation, etc. So this is a powerful, powerful energy to go into this 2026. We are basically being given the opportunity to go into this year on a different level, on a different scale, and remember and embody that we are conscious co-creators of our reality. Every moment we are tapping into this infinite conscious wellspring, this cosmic womb, this infinite void of creation, and coming in, bringing that down into the Malchut, through the Heter, the crown, through your tree of life template, and into the Malkuta, into your physical world. Every moment we are creating, we are manifesting, we are co-creating our experience. And because every moment we have been and we are co-creating, it is important to take responsibility. Take responsibility for all that you have created, everything we've created, even what we have created as a collective humanity. Because when we take responsibility, we stop playing the martyr. We have the courage and the balls to stop playing the victim. And to truly, as we stop playing the victim, we step into our sovereignty. We step into our true power. And your true power is self-mastery. It's not about controlling, manipulating, subjugating anything or anyone outside. It is about your mastery of your own frequency, your own thoughts, your own creation. It is not passing the buck. It is not spiritual bypassing, thinking that if you take on, oh, well, if I just do one more this, then, that's going to absolve me. No. Take ownership, true ownership of all that you have created, all that you have lived, not from a place of blame or shame or resentment, which is the natural inclination for us as a humanity. We think about, oh, well, damn, I really screwed up there. I screwed the pooch on that one when I was 16, whatever age you are. But we can hold on to the energy of resentment, of anger, of guilt for the things that we did when we didn't know any better. Or we can give ourselves compassion, give ourselves grace, give ourselves forgiveness for what has happened in the past, and then choose differently. What choices are we making in this moment that correct and atone for that part of ourselves that was unaware and unawake and misguided? What can we do in this moment to heal that part of ourselves that is still that lost teenager, that lost little girl, that lost 20-something, 30-something, doesn't matter, 50-something, doesn't matter what age you are. That part of you that is wounded, that made that mistake, quote unquote, what can we do to bring healing and light and integration to that part of ourselves? We are activating wisdom this entire new year. And wisdom is activated with humility. Wisdom is activated by being receptive. Wisdom is activated by being willing to see with the true sight. This is the Ayin that I mentioned before, the frequency that created Capricorn. By cultivating discernment. Discernment, oh my God, I'd probably be rich if I could get a quarter for every time that I've mentioned discernment. Discernment is so key. It is so crucial to our evolution as a humanity. We must be willing to read, to do some research, to dig deep. We must be willing to do the practices. We must be willing to embody the frequency. Because when we don't embody a teaching or an energy, it's simply theoretical. And when the mind gets involved, that is when we have abuses of power. And the abuses of power can be something as major as when the scientists created the atom bomb, a nuclear arsenal. It can be that it was like not employing wisdom to actually understand what would be the ramifications of creating a weapon of mass destruction, or it could be you creating a weapon of mass destruction in your own life, which can be a negative thought, a seed of negativity that you hold in your heart and you allow to grow. That is also a weapon of mass destruction, even though it's on an internal level. Because that seed that is negativity, that is hatred, that is envy, that is jealousy, that is anger, that is not channeled and transmuted. Because remember, all of these energies, all of these emotions exist because we're meant to feel them. We are meant to feel them because they point us in the direction of what it is that we need to resolve, to heal, to transcend. They point us in the direction of where the wound is. And once we know where the wound is, we must be willing to bring harmony and love into that space. Because if all we do is cry about what happened to us and become the victim and the martyr, then nothing changes. There is no growth. There is no expansion. There is only a negative spiral that ends in self-destruction. And that is not where we are supposed to be going as a species. It's not where we're supposed to be going on an individual level or on a collective level. The earth is ascending. We are being bombarded by cosmic waves from the sun, plasma waves. Everything is pushing us in the direction of expansion, of evolution, of sovereignty. Everything is pushing us to own our bullshit and transcend it. Bring light, heal, and evolve beyond it. Not to hold on to it like a crutch and as a reason as to, oh, this is why I'm bad, this is why I deserve to suffer. No. We are here to bring union and evolve beyond the negative limitations that we have taken on as a collective. This year is very powerful for growth. It is very powerful for expansion. Going into this year, the sun is conjunct on the 1st, Venus and Mars. Venus being the Garden of Eden, Mars, the spiritual warrior that takes infinite action in order to embody the light, in order to bring harmony and justice and beauty and creation into the world. These energies are fused in this conjunction, the Sun, Venus, and Mars. That means their energies merge. When there is a conjunction, it is a joining, a collusion of energy. We have the energies of creation and we have the energies of forward momentum, which is Mars. The energy of embodiment and sharing our light, which is the Sun. Mars is opposing Jupiter, which is retrograde in Cancer, where it is exalted. So it does have, there is the energy of expansion, but that energy of expansion is pumping the brakes on Mars. Because Mars sometimes likes to do things without thinking about it, without like just go and create whatever needs to be created in terms of chaos and, wars and destruction. Jupiter is holding its expansion from that energy until the energy of Mars can evolve and embody its higher plane. Jupiter is also in a trine with Neptune and Saturn. And Saturn is conjunct Neptune. So Saturn is very uncomfortable in Pisces because Saturn likes structure and stability, and Pisces is the absolute opposite of structure and stability and just easy and knowing, like quantifiable energy. That is not Pisces. Pisces is absolute expansion, cosmic oneness. It is just does everything, all the things all at once, and not the best energy for Saturn. However, we're in a trine with Jupiter, and this trine brings harmonious energy. We have the energy of mission, of embodying of our soul, Neptune. Neptune is the soul, unembodied. Saturn. Saturn is the desire to want to fulfill the contract, the mission, the things we came here to do. And Jupiter is adding its flair of expansion, of good luck, of good fortune to this energy of fulfilling our mission. And there's a lot of talk about the mission. So I do want to say this about the mission, especially as we're going into this 10-1 year. Your mission is to embody your soul. Your mission is to heal, to awaken, to figure out what the truest frequency of your soul is and to embody that. It is to live authentically. It is moving away from all that suffocates and enslaves the soul. That is your mission. It's got nothing to do with a job or a specific relationship or lack thereof, or children or lack thereof. Your mission is to live authentically. It is to embody and radiate the light of your soul authentically and expansively, and only the way that you came here to deliver it. It's not about being a cookie cutter of anything or anyone. We know that doesn't work. It is about healing and awakening and discovering, really discovering your unique frequency, your truest, most authentic essence. That is the mission. And it can express in our relationships, it can express in our work, it can express in everything that we do publicly, it can express in many, many different ways. It's not about how we express it. Because when we embody that mission, when we embody that authenticity, you are vibrating at a higher frequency automatically. Because you're not putting yourself in a box. You're not living your life according to someone else's dreams, or someone else's outline. You're living it as your specific spark of the divine came here to live it. That is the mission. It is that remembering, that awakening to that infinite part of you, that spark of the divine that you are, and the unique expression of that spark. This is a powerful year, and we have the full moon on the 3rd. So the full moon is a whole other kettle of fish. It's very powerful. It is in Cancer, and the full moon is going to bring a lot of emotions, a lot of opportunities for healing, a lot of opportunities for family stuff to be playing out, particularly if you are a Cancer or a Capricorn. Whatever needs to be cleared in your lineage and in your family is ripe for the picking right now. It is ready to be cleared. This full moon is illuminating. It is about wisdom. It is about your intuition. It is about clearing the blockages in your family lineage, whether you speak to your family members or you don't, not the point. Because like my teacher and my friend said, there are certain relationships and situations on the physical plane that cannot be resolved and transcended using physical 3D human tools. They must be worked on energetically in the celestial realms, in the higher realms, through prayer, through movement, embodiment practices, through sacred intention, through spiritual work. And I completely agree with her. There are certain things that there's no amount of talking, there's no amount of therapy, there's no amount of trying to work things out with that human part of that human person that has given you that issue. Because sometimes people's ego and people's stuff, their karma, their deep-seated wounds are so deep that that person cannot see through it. Or maybe you can't see through it. And regardless of whether you or it's another person, it doesn't matter. There are certain things, I say most things, work on energetically first. Go into the higher realms through prayer, through meditation, through sacred intention, through spiritual practices, and work on those things in the ethers. Because when we clear out what needs to be cleared out energetically, the physical world responds. As above, so below. As within, so without. It is a sacred principle, and it is the truth. Oftentimes, whatever the blockage is, it's energetic. whether it's disease, whether it's a relationship issue, it doesn't matter. If there is a blockage and you try to deal with it on the 3D world, exclusively on the 3D world, don't mistake me, I'm not saying you don't have to actually do anything in the physical world, you do. I'm just saying that the work that we have to do oftentimes is 70% spiritual and 30% actually doing the heavy lifting in the physical world. Because everything is energy. Everything that exists in the physical world, that is physical and tangible and we can touch it and taste it, all of that exists in the ethers. There is an energetic blueprint to it. There is an energetic blueprint to your marriage. There is an energetic blueprint to your relationship with your children, to your relationship with your family. There is an energetic blueprint to everything that we have a relationship with or we experience here on earth. There is an energetic blueprint. And if something is wonky up there, we're going to see the effect in the physical world. And the moment we clear, instead of running around like a chicken with a head cut off, trying to do all the things in the physical realm, work on the spiritual realm. Work with the angels, work with the ascended masters, work with your higher self, work with your soul, work with the divine, work with the Shekhinah. That will guide you into deeper alignment and the wisdom to take the action in the physical world that is actually going to make a difference in the manifestation, in the relationship, in whatever it is that you are birthing into being. This is a powerful year for manifestation. It's a powerful year for spiritual growth and expansion. Take advantage of it. And with that, it's such a potent energy going into this year, and I'm really excited. I've been going through my own work, internal spiritual work, and it's been dragging me down the last couple of days as we were going into the first. And this morning when I woke up on the first, I just felt so much lighter because of all the work that I have been doing to clear myself on an energetic, all the spiritual work I was doing to clear the pathways. I feel that work, even though it's going to continue, I'm feeling the energy shift in the physical plane, in my own body, in my own energy field. So it's absolutely wonderful when you feel that shift within yourself. So if you feel that, or wherever you are on your journey, just keep doing the things. Keep working on your energy body. That sorts everything else out. And also take action on the physical world. This is not your teacher's note to, I don't have to do anything in the physical. Nope. No. Don't mistake me. Keep doing the work on the physical plane, and also focus your energy on the energetics behind the physical, on the spiritual work, to really guide you into deeper alignment. I thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoy this. Like, share, subscribe. Drop me a note and let me know how you're feeling this energy. It's very powerful this 2026, and it will be intense as we are still in that. We're still, as an earth and as a humanity on earth, we're still shaking off the cobwebs and the dysfunction. So it's still going to be chaotic. However, the more that we align with the light, with our soul, the more that we're going to be able to navigate that chaos with greater ease and greater grace than we would otherwise. So it's very important to always remember what you are aligning with and what you are choosing to embody and integrate and into your field. Like, share, subscribe, like as I mentioned. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, if you would like, not Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at Audialada, at Embodying the Shekhinah on Instagram. And you can also find me on YouTube at Audialada. I shared a video with a little bit of a sound activation for a shorter synopsis, much shorter, of this episode in video format. I share that on my YouTube, so feel free to check that out. And of course, enjoy the sound activation for this new year, for this next entry point into January. I wouldn't necessarily suggest, set your intentions, of course. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that you actually do anything like health oriented, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. We're still in the depths of winter in the northern hemisphere. Trying to lose weight, get healthy, yes. Trying to lose weight, not a good thing to do right now, because your body wants to hold on to weight in the winter, because it's a survival mechanism. Like, really think about it. Our body is conditioned to work a certain way in certain seasons of the year. So the winter, not a good time to be starting a diet to lose weight. Get healthier. Make better choices when it comes to your diet and your nutrition, absolutely. But don't try to lose weight right now. Just don't suggest it, okay? Enjoy this new year. Enjoy the sound activation. And I will see you in the next episodes. Ahava. Blessings.